Hi Brian, I'm going to try to respond to your post. I thought it was great. Um, I came to the same conclusion. Are the threats real or exaggerated? Short term? Yes. They are real, and in some aspects they are extremely exaggerated. Like you said, looking at the Islamic world and the outlier to physical threat, Iran really is our only physical military threat. The other physical threats from that region are definitely non-military threats. Um, I can sit safe and sound in my warm American home and know that our soldiers on the ground are keeping us safe and that there is no threat, other than, of course, as you said, from Iran, that they will ever get inside of our borders again to hurt us or scare us or do exactly what their name says, terrorize us. Um, and that really is the only threat from the other countries. The cultural and societal and religious threats. You said that like the number one name in England this year was Muhammad, and it goes to show a greater immersion of Islamic culture in the West, and that is absolutely true. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at Cindy's post, but she puts it beautifully with regard to the Islamatization of Europe, and stating that that is an absolute real threat that the Muslims pose to the West, and I completely agree with her. I actually responded to her post, and as both of us said, with the Muslim population growth in Europe and America and the Middle East and all over the world, really, they are reproducing at a much, much faster rate than the Christian counterparts. So there is definitely a true societal, religious, and cultural threat there, and that may not be an exaggerated threat. As generations evolve and grow, if we continue to reproduce at the rate that we're reproducing as Christians or Americans, I think, if I remember correctly from one of my past classes, one of my economics courses, that we will actually die off. I mean, we won't reproduce at a rate fast enough to repopulate, whereas the Muslims and some other cultures will repopulate 10 times what they actually need. Um, there's definitely encroachment of Islam by the Westerners. I mean, we've put our footprints in their soil more times than I'm sure that they have ever cared to see. So I'm sure they see the same type of cultural, religious, and social footprints or threats in their country. I know in another class that I have this semester, I made the point of mentioning some of my friends that are stationed in the Middle East and how much they interact on a daily basis, even with Muslims in the area. Just not even militants or military that they're training, just like the little kids that run to them and want stories or tokens from America. And I'm sure that when those children do run to the infidel enemies, that parents and grandparents just cringe with the thought that they're not afraid of us. They're used to seeing us there. Um, you know, in a news report I saw the other day, and I made this statement in in my response to Cindy's post. I saw that 90% of Middle Eastern population has been born during a time of war. So to them, to those children that are running up to our soldiers for stories and tokens, we aren't the enemy. We aren't the Satan that their grandparents and parents see us to be. So you made a good point. These threats are real. They are very real, and to some or to most, they may very well be exaggerated, or they are exaggerated. So thanks for your post.